Welcome to the 2024 IPF World Classic and Equip Bench Press Championships. Presented by Lakeland SBD, we are live from Austin, Texas. This is day 8 of the competition, and it's been such a phenomenal competition so far. My name's Joe Whiteley. It's been my pleasure to be here all week with the one and only Gary Williams.
You know, you said it's been phenomenal all week. It's hard to believe we're in day 8 already. It has been ridiculous. Last night would have to have been one of the greatest bench press sessions we've ever watched.
Absolutely. We were both sitting here with massive grins on our face. We had excitement, there was drama, there was incredible lifting. It was absolutely phenomenal.
The stars aligned and we had everyone on the platform in the same session. It was just incredible. And, you know, we've got more to come. It just keeps lining up. And obviously today we've got the men's 93s and 69s in all the age categories. Tomorrow it gets even better with the 76s, 84s, 105s. It's going to be huge as well. And of course, on the last day,
it's the big boys.
All the big boys come out to play.
We have the 93 kilo class for you here right now, and this is the Masters. So we're going to run as 2 flights with the M3 and M4 lifters going first, and then we'll switch to the M1s and M2s.
And that M3 class, it is stacked. I mean, if you look at the opening nominations, you've got 5 lifters in there that are really neck and neck on openers. It's going to come down to who can put their lifts on.
And we are underway, and this is Bill Clayton. He has been at this competition all week. He has been helping out. He's been driving us about. He's been taking us back to our hotel.
I know, it's unbelievable how he's still got the energy to be out there on the platform. I don't even know how he found the energy to put a shirt on.
71 years old. He is in the M4 category, opening with 92.5.
And a little bit stiff on the lockout, but the press was really good. I think it might have surprised him how fast it moved.
Please raise the bar to 125 kilos.
As it moved off his chest really fast, I think it caught him off guard a little bit.
And his shirt was slipping a long way there. He did get a blue from the front for lockout. Yeah, that left arm, he just needs to pop that left arm a little bit more, I think. Here's John Noguera from Canada. He's in the M3 category. M3s is 60 to 69.
Now, that's a name I recognise. I mean, obviously, maybe I don't recognise. I mean, obviously, we see everyone in their lifting equipment and out the back in warm-up rooms, and when you see people in different events, after a year, we don't recognise people. They look different. They've got a beard.
And of course, we've had 1,000 lifters here this week. And the lifters have been, that was a good lift for Noguera at 125. And the lifters have been confusing us by moving weight classes all over the place.
Yeah, we'd like to put a stop to that, please. It's too difficult for the commentators to keep up.
Still in the M3s, this is Tadashi Miyagi, Japan. Second time lifting at this competition. He was in the classic competition as well.
And Japan has had a hugely successful couple of weeks here.
Oh, they really have. We've had new faces, legends back on the platform.
And Daiki Kadama put on a fantastic display of bench press last night.
But this is Tadashi Miyagi for 130 kilos.
Oh, that's an easy opener.
Yeah, I made short work of that.
The lift is good for Tadashi. Raised the bar to 135. It is loaded and ready for Makoto Takatori.
I just realised he's a visually impaired lifter. Makes it all the more challenging.
Makoto Takatori, Japan, for 135. Still in the M3s. So we have a couple of M4 lifters out lifting half the M3s.
That's quite an amazing feat. tough lockout. He's not going to get it there, I don't think.
No, I don't think he is.
That is a no limit.
No, I think they've in raw bench, as you often say, Gary, there'd be nowhere to go if you fail your opener. But I think there's a lot you can do. What are the sort of things you might do as a
Yeah,
coach?
look, I was just looking at the replay there, and he really didn't have to work at that touch at all. So that, to me, as a coach, that suggests that he's not getting a lot of speed out of the shirt. If you're not getting a lot of speed out of the shirt, that transition area becomes really difficult. So in that case, I would probably just pull the collar ever so slightly. I don't want to pull it too much and make it the touch really hard, but maybe half a centimetre to a centimetre, pull it down a little bit. Make sure it's really sitting properly.
Here's Stephen Fleming, Canada, 160 on the bar.
I'm certainly not going to give advice to the Japanese team. They have got an enormous amount of experience, and that one there was just a really awkward touch.
So when the touch isn't quite where you want it, you've come down in, it'll go back up in the line it came down in. So if you don't get your descent right, that bar is going to fire towards.
Yeah, look at it shift over there.
He had a lot of lateral shift when it came off his chest. So
yeah, I mean the fragility of a quit bench. I mean, if everything isn't perfectly where you want it to be, it takes so much effort to get back into control again.
you can rescue a raw bench when it's gone a bit west, but it's very difficult to do unequipped. Here's Osamu Iijima, Japan, for 170. Now we are into the M4 category. He is 70 years old, just popped up into the M4s.
Now, the current world record from what I'm reading here for the M4s is 180 kilos, and we're opening at 170, and Poland
And he's
is
not the
opening
heaviest
at-
opener. So we haven't seen Iijima since Tokyo, the world bench in 2019.
Where did he finish there? Did he finish
Yeah,
first
he
in
won.
that one?
He won in the M3s. He's just moved up to the M4s now. He was at quite a lot of world bench up to Japan, but we haven't seen him since then. And he needs to get a wiggle
Yeah,
on.
he's really sort of cutting down his time there.
That
He
is
got
a
that back
strong
up.
lift and 3 white lights. We remain at 170 kilos.
Might need to just speed
The
up
bar
his
is loaded.
setup a little bit there.
Yeah, he only had,
Our next lifter
I mean, he's
is
11
Seppo
seconds when he took the bar.
Karpila of Finland. He is 61 years old.
You get 60 seconds from bar loaded to get the start command. You don't have to complete your lift in that time.
He works in the airline industry.
Back up to the M3s now, and here's Seppo Norpila, Finland, for 170.
We've got a coaching crew that have been here since the very beginning of this competition, out there every day.
Just about every session.
And I think his coach is lifting on Saturday as well, or maybe tomorrow. Oh, did you see the compression
I
of that
did.
shirt?
I did.
That is a no lift.
That was a great
Please
view.
raise the bar
That
to
the shirt is
170
trying to flatten you out, and it's your job to keep your chest high. As I heard the
Bar
British
is
team coach
loaded.
say the other day, stay big.
Our next lifter
see
from
it there.
Sweden, Lars
Yeah.
He did get speed off the chest though.
He did, and I think there was a case he was just pushing a bit upward rather than a little bit back on it. I probably wouldn't make any adjustments. I'd probably just slow the descent a little bit. He was probably a little quick there and wasn't as tight as he needed to be.
Here's Lars Höglander from Sweden.
Communication with your coach after a lift is so important. I mean, there isn't a special scale that you can use to say this is how far we need to pull the shirt. It's all communication and understanding the shirt.
Again, a lot of speed off the chest.
That is a
Couldn't
no lift.
quite drive it
Please
home.
raise the bar to 180 kilos.
It's good to see him back at world bench though. Haven't seen him since 21, Lithuania.
Oh, wow.
He's been lifting full power.
Bar is loaded, and we are ready for Miroslav Paquet from the Czech Republic. Miroslav is 61.
Miroslav
been
Paquet,
competing 20
Paukert,
years.
excuse me, Czechia for 180.
Works as a zoo tech.
So that's a really good shot there. You can see how the shirt collar's not down very low. It's still up pretty high. Your first lift, you don't want to have too much tension. You want that first lift to get an easy touch, easy control. Oh, really struggled to find position, but he's recovered really well.
I wonder if that's how he benches. I've not seen him bench before.
Maybe, yeah.
That seemed the way he recovered it and scooped it back up. I wonder if that's his technique, because I thought the same. I thought, there it goes, he's dropped that. But he had no issue with it at all.
Yeah, he got it back really well, didn't he?
42 years, earns his living as an engineer.
Already on the platform, it's Tom Sensic, USA.
Yeah, competed last week in the Classic as well, I believe. He's been here all week.
And Tom has engineered a
Three white.
opening attempt. Our next weight, 200.
Yeah, he was silver medalist in the Classic.
Bar is loaded.
That was quite a close fight as well. We've had depth of competition and battles throughout the sub-juniors, juniors, all the masters classes. It has been phenomenal. I don't think I've ever seen such depth of competition in the age classes
there
at World
really is a
Bench.
huge amount of depth of competition.
Stanisław Mentel now. Now, we have the Masters 4 record as 180. This is 205 kilos. Now, he's only moved up to the M4s this year. So it looks like he's
strong and fresh.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to send that record into orbit.
You know, if I was in equipped, if I was in Classic, I would probably very rarely consider letting anyone open on a world record. But in equipped, it's a little bit different. Well, he absolutely destroyed that.
And that is 25 kilos on the M4 world record, formerly held by Bill Phillips. That was set all the way back in 2012.
Wow, that is a very old record.
So only just not long after the weight classes changed, and he has sent that into orbit. So here's where we are with Tom Sensic leading the 93 kilo M3 class ahead of Paukert and Miyagi. In the M4s, it is a Mentel from Ijima from Clayton.
Yeah, I would very rarely let anyone open Classic on a world record. I mean, but equipped is a little bit different. You can't, I mean, if that's what you're training for, you can't say, oh, it's a world record, I'm going to drop 20 kilos, because you're not going to get the shirt, you're not going to touch the bar.
Always having a bit of trouble with lockout. That was Bill Clayton. Couldn't quite finish off 100 kilos.
This and for that, I mean, I think in this case that's a fatigue thing. He has been busy all week.
And I think he's going to have underestimated how much it's taken out of him.
Yeah, it's really difficult because quite often you don't realise how fatigued you are until you on the platform and go to lift
and
something.
He's refereed and he's been helping out and he's been volunteering. Yes. Just thinking about that M4 record, someone popping up into the next next age class, that's often when you do see the record.
Yeah, and it's the best opportunity, isn't it, really?
John Nogueira, Canada, 135 on the bar. This will move him up to third place. If you look up at that scoreboard, Gary, only half the lifters in the 93s got their opener in. John Nogueira was...
And that's not unusual at all in equipped lifting. I mean, we see quite often even more than that not getting their first lift in.
If you want to follow the competition a little bit more closely, powerlifting is a numbers game, so if you want all those numbers to hand, go to goodlift.info and you'll have the live score sheet there. Makoto Takatori, Japan, 135 on the bar for the second time of asking.
And of course, open powerlifting, a fantastic resource if you want to have a look at some of the history of some of the lifters or check out your competition or see where you're sitting.
Did he anticipate that press command?
I feel like he did. I could hear it through my headset. Yeah, he's got 3 yellows.
Yeah, it's a bit of a moot point anyway.
We move to 140.
Yeah, I can hear the centre ref today. Some of the commands, we've got headphones on and we're talking obviously, so we don't always pick that up.
Yeah, he's really not getting enough out of that shirt and chasing it hard enough. Just needs to pull it down just just a fraction.
Tadashi Miyagi, Japan. He's added 10 kilos. This is 140.
So Tadashi is visually impaired as well, so just adds another challenging element to his lift.
That's a nice bench.
He's very
That is
strong.
a good lift. 3 white lights. Please raise the bar to 160 kilos. Stephen Fleming is our lifter. Bar is loaded. Folks, I need to make an important announcement. If you are parked near the athlete entrance and you do not have the proper pass, you will be told
Stephen
by
Fleming
the
is out next.
campus
Canada
police once
looking
again,
for
if you are
160. Missed this on his
parked
opener.
near the
I don't think he
athlete
didn't get it to
entrance,
the
even
top,
if
did
you
he?
are a
No.
team
Did
coach,
Stephen compete last week in the Classic? I've seen him around most of the week.
or you run the risk of being towed.
Yes, he did. He did. He didn't have a great time. He got 120 on his second.
Now, let's hope he gets this one on. Now he can have some fun on his third.
This will move him up to third place.
Oh, he's got that awkward touch again. The last time his touch bounced around and had lots of lateral movement. This time it just
He
popped down
lost
to his
his line
chest.
completely on the descent, unfortunately. It is such a difficult discipline. Technical mastery of the shirt. And of course every shirt's different. Yeah, that just dropped.
Yeah, and it's not just a case of letting the bar come down to your chest. You have to pull it into where you want it to go.
Otherwise the shirt will send it all over the place and you'll end up with 160 kilos heading for your face.
Yeah, we've all been there. It's not, and it's not fun.
It's quite scary.
At that moment you think, oh, did I set my safeties right?
Seppo Norpila, Finland. Second attempt at 170.
Now, his descent was really quick. He got great compression in the shirt. I think he just needs to slow the descent a little bit. That looked a lot cleaner on the descent, but he's just not able to lock it, is he?
Lockout. So the shirt will help you so
We
far
see-
up.
Yeah, if we see this from the side, we might be able to see his bar line. I'm wondering if he's just pressing too straight,
This is a 5 kilo increase.
because he's getting
Bar
great
is
compression
loaded
from the
for
shirt.
Olsen.
Oh, his angle's pretty good.
It looked good. He just didn't seem to have enough at the top. The shirt's not helping you at all in that last part of the lift.
He's going to have to come out for his third with a lot of aggression.
We will have a brief visit to the M4s now, and this is Osamu Iijima, Japan. 175 on the bar. Now, 20 minutes ago, we thought he would be edging towards the world record.
Well, that world record has edged away very quickly, hasn't it?
That must be disappointing for a lifter. You think you're close and you're within a few minutes of having a go and someone just absolutely knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, and that can really distract you from the competition as well. I mean, especially if that was your sort of plan coming here to have a crack at a world record. Oh, he's just not going to lock that out, is he?
That is a no lift for Osamu.
But he's on the board with his
Remain at
170 opener,
175
and he
for
gets another crack
Lars
at that.
Höglunda of Sweden. The bar is loaded for Lars.
There's definitely no problem with elbow depth on that.
In the M3s, here's Lars Höglunda, Sweden, for a second attempt at 175.
Nice touch. Oh, I think he's got it
I
there
think
that
he
time.
has.
That is a
2 to
good
1.
lift. 2 to 1. He is on the board.
So I think that blue card was
Please
for
raise the
lockout.
bar to 190.
Yeah, it
It
took
is
him a while to
loaded
get
and
there.
ready for Miroslav Paquet
Maybe it was that
of the
stall.
Czech Republic. This is an increase of 10 kilos.
I think the lockout
It all
was
looked
okay.
good. Yeah.
Miroslav Paukert, Czechia for 190.
He sits in second place, attempting to make up some ground on Tom Sensic.
Yeah, in the M3s, if Tom Sensic gets his second lift on, he's going to be pretty hard to catch, I think.
So he's done exactly the same thing again.
I think it's just the technique he's using.
Yeah, but his right arm did not look
Yeah.
locked to me,
Yeah,
and
it
it
wasn't.
didn't look locked to the referees either.
Please raise the
That's
bar
really
to
interesting. If I ended up with the
197
bar
for
down
Tom
there, there was no way I was getting it
of the
moving
United
again.
States.
And he drops
The
his
bar is
right
loaded for
shoulder a
Tom.
lot further than his
He
left
has
as
jumped
well,
5 kilos.
which could be a physiological thing, could be biomechanical.
As you looked at me, Gary, he actually looked at his right elbow. I was like, come on, mate, come on, get with the program.
Yeah, and once you turn your head and look like that, it's all over, isn't it?
Tom Sensic, he is leading the pack in the M3 category.
Yeah,
Oh.
he wants to get this one on. If he gets this one on, I think he's pretty safe. I don't think Paquet's going to be able to really challenge him after that second lift.
This is 197.5. He's gone up 5. As long as he locks that left arm, he's good.
Yeah,
and,
he hasn't.
Tom 2-1.
and this is a feature of Masters lifting as well. The joints, particular elbows and knees, start to give you trouble.
Yeah.
But there isn't a different standard for the Masters. They have
Yep.
to perform to the same.
Yeah, he never really locked, did he? And I just saw the coach walk towards the jury and just get confirmation that it was the elbows. So he'll go out and he'll instruct his athlete to really, really pop those triceps and
If
lock
you're
it.
aware it's a problem, you can just put a bit of extra effort into that pop at the end, and also make it that convincing for the referees if
Yes.
there's a visible.
It's probably the easiest area to fix, I think.
Yeah. Well, as long as your elbows will do that. Now we have another World Masters 4 record. Stanisław Mentel, he put 25 kilos on the world record with his opening lift. This will be another 5. 210 on the bar.
Oh, I think he's got that one as well.
I think he's got more.
I would not be surprised if he goes 215 on his third.
Give it up for Stanislav
70
Mentel.
years old and he's bench pressing 210 kilos.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal.
If 180 stood as a world record since, what, 2012?
Yeah.
How long is this going to stand for?
It is loaded.
Tom
We are ready
Sensic,
for Bill
Tom
Clayton, his
Sensic
final
leads the
attempt at World
M3
Championships.
category. Miroslav Paukert is in silver medal position. Lars Schanglander in third. Stanislaw Mentel is leading the M4 category. Osamu Ijima is in silver medal position, and Bill Clayton in bronze.
That is a good lift for Bill Clayton. He finishes with the bronze medal, just a few kilos back from second.
So that was Bill Clinton for Bill Clayton. I'm sorry, it definitely
Bill
wasn't
Clinton's
Bill
lifting
Clinton.
today?
Our lifter, Makoto Takatori of Japan.
Bill Clayton nailing his 100 kilo bench press there.
Oh, that's great though, isn't it?
Yeah, so he takes the bronze medal.
We've come to that point.
And we have a lifter in trouble. This is Makoto Takatori, Japan for 135. In equip benching, most of us have been here,
Yeah,
to be
and
fair.
it's not as much of being in trouble as it is in a classic, but it's still a big pressure spot to be in. You just got to find some aggression and dig deep. And I think with these guys that have missed their first two, I think it's a case they just need to find some aggression and power it up, because they're getting off their chest well. Yeah, I don't think
He
they
got
ever tightened
nothing
that
out of
shirt.
that
They-
shirt
I
at
don't think
all.
they ever shifted that shirt.
No.
Give it up for Makoto.
So that's shame for
as he exits the
Takatori.
platform. Our next weight, 142.5 kilos, is loaded for John Noguera of
It
Canada. He
was
will
just
attempt
so
to go
slow off
3
his
for
chest.
3. Currently sits in fifth place.
So
going
here's
for
John
fourth.
Noguera, Canada, for 142.5. This will move him up a place ahead of Miyagi, with Miyagi still to respond. 142.5 on the bar.
Oh, he's got it there. I'm waiting for the refs on that one. The bar did stop.
And the lift
We've
is
got
gonna be
one
one.
red light for bar dip, but 2 whites.
So let's take a look at that
Raise
from the
bar to
front.
150. It is loaded and red. Hold up, we have an attempt change happening.
It definitely
I
stalled.
think if it did dip, it was ever so
Okay,
faint.
We need 145.
We have
for
a
Tadashi.
3-man jury here today. They can
145.
overturn a 2-1 decision for good or for bad. But that
Bar
was
is
a
loaded.
good
He is
lift for
currently in fifth
Noguera.
place in the
And here's
M3s,
Tadashi
trying to move
Miyagi,
to fourth.
Japan, for 145. This will move him back ahead of Noguera. Lists his best as 140, so this will be a PB.
It's always a nice way to finish international. Yeah, that was another great lift.
And the
Oh,
lift
he
is good,
got
2-1.
a red light with a blue
Please
card
raise
there.
the bar to
I
160
don't think it was
for
bar
Stephen
dip. I'm guessing
Fleming.
all it can be is a lockout.
Bar is loaded. Stephen has yet to make an attempt. We need to get behind him right here.
Lockout was good, I didn't see a dip. But it looks very different from different angles. We've
Yeah, that's
even
right.
watched back the same lift immediately afterwards, just on a different
This
camera
is
angle.
his
It looks
last
totally
chance to
different.
get on the board. Somebody
So
give it
here's
up,
Stephen
clap the hands
Fleming,
for
nothing
Stephen.
on the board as of yet. This is his 3rd attempt at 160.
Yeah, the only thing he needs to do differently is just to be so much more aggressive with the bar. Get the leg drive going. And he's just not getting the
Just
speed
couldn't
and
get his line
aggression.
right.
Let's
Yeah.
give Stephen a nice round of applause on his way out.
You said be aggressive. We heard a British coach shout the cue, be gentle
Be
last
gentle.
night, which is...
I don't think as a coach I have ever told my athlete to be gentle.
Japan currently sits in
So that's a
second
shame for
place
Fleming. He will
in the
not
Masters
place.
4 division.
And this is Osamu Iijima, Japan, for 175. 2nd attempt at this weight. Guaranteed the silver in this class in the M4s. Can't catch Mentel. I don't think anyone's going to catch Mentel for a very long
He is
time.
way out in front, isn't he? 210 on his second,
Attention
and it
lifters in
looked
the next
great.
group.
And he has
You
gone
have 3
215 for his
lifts
third as
to
expected.
change openers, just 3 lifters away.
Oh, it's just slid down on his chest there, didn't it?
It was skipping around. If we see that back from the
Yeah.
front, you'll be able to see the bar was moving around. And if it's not stable and it's not still, there's no way you're going to be able to get that back up.
Bar is loaded, and we are ready
Yeah, it
for
started to
Seppo
roll down.
Topila.
And as soon as it moves
Seppo
off its
needs
line,
180
you lose power out of the shirt
to have a
because it's
successful
moving
attempt
to the
here
easiest
at the
spot for
World
it to sit.
Championships.
Now here's Seppo Norpila,
Let's do what we can
Finland.
to help him out.
He's missed 170 twice. He's going to have a go at 180. This may, for a classic lifter, this may sound a bit bonkers. But for
he's
equipped-
changed shirts.
Has he? Bit hard to.
Yeah, he's changed shirts. He had one of the blue Titans on before.
Ah.
Almost positive. I am colourblind, so I could be completely wrong. But that could make all the difference.
But that's a good spot.
Yeah, look at the speed difference, but
Oh, go on, lock it.
he's there. Oh, he just couldn't quite get there.
It was so close. So 3 lifters in the M3s do not place out of 8.
And
As we often say, this is not unusual.
yeah, it's not the first time, and it won't be the last.
Equip bench is so difficult, it's so technical, and also when you travel, you lose weight, and you dehydrate or you bloat because of the long haul travel, and then your shirt does not fit how you expect it to.
To change openers.
Lars Höglander, Sweden, 180 on the bar to swap his bronze medal for a silver.
It'll be a nice swap. Just not quite there.
Nevertheless, he takes the bronze medal home to Sweden, and we have an attempt change. So the Czech lifter, Paukert, who was defending against Höglander behind, now has an opportunity to go after first place man Tom Sensic.
Yeah, that's a smart move, and as we said, if Sensic doesn't get his second in, he opens up the door for a challenge.
To go from the silver to the gold medal in the M3s.
So here is Miroslav Paukert. Missed 190 on his second, gone up to 195 for his third.
This one will take him up into the gold medal position for a moment. That was straighter. Oh, that right arm
He's
just doesn't.
looking
As
at it
soon as you
again.
turn your head, you know it's over.
He does finish as the silver
That was
medalist.
worth the attempt. And for a moment, I thought he had that.
It is
It's that
loaded.
right arm. It just brings down so much further.
I wonder if his shirt was on just slightly crooked. And once you're looking at your
Yeah.
elbow, you know, you betrayed me.
Like looking at the guy behind you in a running race, isn't it? Once you do that.
Here's Tom Senchik. He has already won the gold medal. He is the M3 world champion. And he's going to retake the 197.5 he missed on his second.
Yeah, the only problem with his second attempt was the lockout. Yeah, did he lock more convincingly on that one?
We'll need a front view
No, I
to
don't
check.
think so.
He did get a yellow card from the side.
Raise the bar to 213.5.
The coach is going for the long walk to the jury table while we just watch this back.
This is our last
No, that left arm wasn't locked.
He was a lot quicker, but just didn't get the lock. But he goes away with the gold medal anyway.
This will be another match.
So if we can see the results for the... Oh, excuse me, we have one lift remaining. How could I forget Stanisław Mentel, Poland. He's gone up to 213.5.
Yeah, he had 215 on there. He's dropped to 213.5.
I bet this is a Polish record. This is some kind of personal or national goal.
Who would like to see Stanislav knock off another world record? Somebody clap for him right now. 213.5.
The way 210 moved, I wouldn't put
Yeah,
this past
I
him.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he attempted 215 the way 210 moved. But I think this is the safer move. And it'll give him, if he gets this, it's 3 for 3, 3 world records.
What? A kind of chuckle ran round the crowd there.
The lift is good. We have
I think they chuckled how easy it was.
Yeah,
It just
absolutely. Just a kind of sigh of amazement ran
He
around the
is
room.
very strong.
And he has complete mastery of that shirt.
He really does. The compression was fantastic.
our first weight
So you
is
can see quite a few lifters did
175
not
and a height
manage to place, but Tom Sensic is your new M3 world champion, with Miroslav Paukert taking the silver medal and Lars Höglander the bronze. In the M4s, it was an incredible performance by Stanisław Mentel of Poland, 213.5 for a new world record. Osamu Ijima takes the silver with 170. Bill Clayton the bronze with 100.
And it's not over yet. There's even more great lifting to come.
He's been competing for
And we
years.
kick off with Andy Cudd. Hasn't been out to an international event before.
Well, he's got plenty of experience in his corner.
Yeah, Martin Marshall, the equipped British team coach, is giving him a bit of last-minute advice. Oh, that's a great start to his international benching career.
Certainly is.
Raise the bar to 180. Bar is loaded. It is ready for Jonathan Losa of the United States. He's a radiologist, 42 years old.
Next out is Jonathan Loza. He goes by Mike, USA.
Yeah, he's been around out the back all week, I think, helping and coaching and loading.
He is the defending world champion. I saw him take his first win in Kazakhstan, and he won again in Sun City
He was
last
in
year.
Sun City, yep. And you can see why. Look at that.
That is a strong opening attempt to lift this good for
He's
Eli
raw,
White.
isn't he?
Yeah, he started off
Raise the
raw.
bar to 195.
He put a shirt on. I
Bar
imagine,
is loaded.
I imagine he'll slide one on after
Called
this.
to the platform, Akihisa Takamura of Japan. He works in civil
Well, you know, he
service.
benched
He's
196
51
in
and
St. John's
competing
Raw,
for 15 years.
so maybe he won't. Yeah, he's put 210
Yeah,
on. He's
put 210 on. I
definitely
imagine
putting his
he's putting
shirt on.
on.
Next out, it's Akihisa Takimura, Japan. So we've got the M1s and the M2s in this flight. Takimura is in the M2s. He just missed the podium in Sun City last
Well, he
year.
wants to get a wiggle on here. I get very nervous when they take such a long time to set up. And yet, you've got a minute, I know.
2 to 1.
But if something's wrong and you get told to re-rack that bar with 12 seconds to go, you are not going to, especially in equip, you're not going to get ready in time.
So let's take a look at his elbows. He got 1 red for elbow depth, but that seems fine. Hard to see from the side angle. That's why we have 3 refs
Yep.
arrayed around the platform. Petri Ronkainen, Finland. Had a great Finnish team here this week.
Yeah, every time you walk out the back, they are always laughing, they're having a great time, they're always happy. They tell us the wrong names just to try and confuse us.
This is 202.5 for Ronkainen. He's in the M2s.
That looks okay. It was a bit scrappy, but
It was a little bit.
The lift is good.
But 3 white lights
Yeah,
is
but-
all the affirmation you need.
I think a lot of equipped lifts are scrappy, aren't they?
207.5 kilos. Bar is loaded 207.5. Our lifter from Germany, Thomas Carell. He works as a tiler.
This is Thomas Corell, Germany, for 207.5. Haven't seen him do bench only before. In fact, we haven't
He
seen
hasn't
him.
done a lot for a while.
No, we haven't seen him since 2012 in the 3 lift Western Europeans.
There are a lot of athletes here this week, well, this competition, I shouldn't say this week, this competition coming back to powerlifting after quite long breaks.
And they picked a great one to come
Didn't they
back to.
just?
We have had an absolute ball here at World Bench. So he lists his best as 212.5, but with a big hiatus off the platform, don't really know where he is, apart from he's a little bit late.
Just snuck it in there, didn't he?
That is a nice return to international
That is a good
competition.
lift, 2 to 1.
The amount of the extra pressure you put on yourself when you leave, when you take such a long time with your setup and you've only got a few seconds left.
Oh, dear me, there's a bit of butt lift there.
Did it stay in contact?
I don't think it did. Yep, that is an overrule
Yeah,
by
the
the
jury
jury
has overruled it.
for butt lift. It was so small, but your butt must keep contact with the bench just along with your head. Not alongside your head, but your head, your shoulders and your butt must stay in contact with the bench.
Well, I imagine alongside your head would be very awkward.
Barry Antonio, Canada, 227.5 on the bar, just about £500.
That is a perfect
Looking
attempt for
very
Barry.
easy.
Load the bar
Yeah,
to
spot on the money, wasn't it?
240 kilos.
Handled that well.
Bar is loaded.
A nice
Our
touch.
lifter,
Pulled it back
Lubomir
to where he wanted it.
Pidanik of Slovakia will be next. He's a taxi driver.
Next out is
46
Lubomir
years old,
Pidanic,
has been competing for
Slovakia.
years.
240 on the bar.
It's a big lift, 240. Just to give you an idea of the caliber of M1s and M2s over the years, the M1 world record is 320 kilograms. Yeah, I know, right? I had the same look on my face. The M2 is 315. Yeah, see, and this is a case of there's.
Yeah, he's going to time out. Or maybe he isn't.
He's under so much pressure now.
No, I think the side ref still had his arm out.
That was a long press
That
call.
was.
Somehow he's got that to the top.
Well, you know what? If everything goes right for him, he's going to smoke a lot of weight today. But
No, he's got the two
now,
red
I
there.
think the side referee still had his arm in the air. And
Yeah,
in
now-
that situation, he has to give a red light no matter what.
Yeah, so I could be wrong. My understanding of the rule is that the chief referee can still give the start command, but that side referee has to give a red light.
Yeah, the rule book says that the centre referee gives the command when the consensus is that the start position's good. So even if the centre referee thinks the start position's bad and the side referee thinks it's good, he's going to give the start command and give a red light for it. But this is Grzegorz Nocek, Poland, for 270. He's in the M2s, the final lifter out in the M2s. And that is a big weight.
I just looked away from the screen for a second. He was finished the lift already. He was set up quick.
No, there's something going on here because we
Yeah.
have an attempt change, which you can't change your attempt in the first round. So I wonder if someone's being given another lift. So
I'm watching the screen to see what changes here. So it'd have to be Pedanic, wouldn't it? Pedanic, yeah.
yeah. Okay, so not quite sure what the issue was,
Yeah.
but Lubomir Pidanic is going to be given.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
I'm just listening to the MC. He might have more information. No, he's just letting everyone know that there will be another lift. Excuse me. So, if this can happen if the spotters took the bar too early, if there was a misload, if there was some other problem that wasn't the lifter's fault, we can't give him that lift back, but what we can do is give him another lift at the end of the round.
Yeah, and this is a tough decision in Equip too. If you come out and take this second lift, you're essentially going to do 4 lifts. So your second lift becomes your third. You're going to be more exhausted on that.
And you wouldn't be able to change the number that's on the board. You can retake the same number, so you wouldn't be able to say, okay, well, I'll take my second lift.
Yeah, so it's a tough call. I mean, as a coach, I'm going to be considering now, so he's at the top of the field. And I'm going to be considering, okay, what are the probabilities of getting you this lift, or do we just take it again as a second? So skip this, because you've got to think of the energy level as well. In this case, he's in a pretty good position. If he gets this lift, he's well out in front.
But
if
then
it's
you have to
close-
consider as well, there's only 8 lifters in this flight. So if he comes out for this, he's taken his second lift in the space of a few minutes, and then he'll be out again in about 8 minutes.
It's a big thing to consider in Equip. in Classic, it's not as detrimental, but in Equipped, you've really got to think about this. Essentially, I'm going to be taking 4 lifts.
35 seconds
Yeah.
away
In this
from
case,
calling out Lubomir
it's not that
Kidani.
close. But if this was a really close field and the next lifter behind him, well, no, well, actually, Losser is behind him, so and we know what Lawson's capable of.
Yeah.
So I'd be thinking, oh, if I need my 3rd lift, I'm going to be really fatigued. It's a tough call.
Now we are just counting down the compensatory time that was put on the clock, because there was only 1 lifter who had been out after he'd taken his attempt, so it'd be unfair to ask him to come straight
Yeah.
back out. Probably couldn't get your shirt adjusted in time anyway. And there we go. So we're going to call him to the bar now. There is a minute on the clock for him to take his attempt.
Kidani of Slovakia.
Yeah, I tried to earwig at all the conversations, but I couldn't figure out. I didn't hear why he got his compensatory time. Wait, the jury's on their feet. Something's wrong.
There's been I think his original lift was 245, wasn't it? We're trying to listen to the jury
Well,
conversation.
the lifter is. We're trying to figure out what's going on around us, but
lifter's
the
taking the
lifter's on the
lift.
bench. He's got 240 in his hands, so this is what we're going with. See, I think it's the amount of time he was given, and it's the same again. He's replaced the
problem
bar.
setting up. He's running out of time again. I think it's going to be irrelevant. Yeah, if he gets the start command.
Now, has he kept his butt planted on the bench? So let's get a side view replay.
Well, he's got 3 white lights.
Yes,
so
he's got 3 white lights, so regardless of whether he kept his butt on the bench, you cannot overturn 3 white lights.
Strip the bar to 185 for Andy Cutt of Great Britain. That bar is loaded.
Oh, I think he
It
just
just stayed in
skimmed
touch,
in
didn't it?
contact.
At 175 and has made a 10-kilo jump.
we will try and find out what happened with that.
So we're finally into the second round, and this is Andy Cutt for 185. I have his PB here as 180, so this will be more than he's done on the platform before. But he's looking really solid under the bar.
That is a strong-looking attempt for Andy. The lift
And
is
that's
good.
3 white lights.
Let's load the bar to 207.
And he has his second lift on the board.
Of Germany missed this on his
Right,
opener.
so I've just
He is
found out what the
taking
relift was
same
all
weight.
about. The amount of time he was held on the chest before he
Right.
got the press command,
Right.
it should have been given earlier. He was held for a total of 6 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I mean,
it
we
was-
said it was a long time, but
yeah,
that's...
so that's what the relift was
Right.
for. So good job from the jury.
It got him on the board, and it got him into the lead.
Yeah, I think at the end that was a good result.
He's not going to have long before he comes out for his third lift, though. Meanwhile, we have Thomas Carell from Germany retaking 207.5 that he missed for his first. And I think he's got it this time. Oh,
Yeah,
one
it's got a
yellow.
yellow though.
So let's take a look at the side view.
To 210 kilos. Bar is loaded. Our next lifter, Akahisa Takamura of Japan.
So far, it's
This
okay.
is a 15
Oh, I think his
kilo
heel
jump.
might have actually shifted. I was watching his butt and I caught out of the corner of my eye
Right.
his heel, so it's quite
He is
possible.
trying to go
Nevertheless, 2-1 is
into
good enough.
third.
And we have Akihisa Takimura, Japan, taking a big jump up to 210. This will move him up to third place.
You talk about feet. Your feet can actually move. They can slide around. It's okay as long as they stay flat on the floor. It's fine.
Yeah, as soon as they lift, it's game over. That was
Oh.
long
That is a no
hold.
lift.
No, it wasn't 6
We
seconds,
remain
but
at 210 kilos for Jonathan
Yeah, and look,
Moser.
look, as I explained, the reason for the relift, not to take anything away from our
He is from the
referees at all.
USA.
They call on what they can see in that moment.
and that bar did skip around a
Yep.
little bit. Here's Mike Loser, USA for 210. He's put a shirt
Yeah,
on.
he's got a shirt on now.
So let's see what he can do with it. This will take him into second place.
Looks good.
That is a smooth attempt
It's
for
not an
Jonathan
unusual
Moser.
practice seeing
The judges concur
people
with Ray
opening
White.
without a shirt.
It isn't, but usually it doesn't go well for that person. They think
Quite-
it's an easy
it quite
strategy,
often doesn't.
and it goes badly because it's so hard to get a shirt working in the space you've got
Yeah,
in
and-
an 8-lifter flight.
Well, that's right. And essentially, your second lift becomes your first warm-up lift in the shirt.
Having said that, Mike absolutely smoked 210 there, so
Certainly
he's
did,
not
didn't
had
he?
a problem with using that strategy. I'm not a fan of it just for the number of times I've seen it go wrong. It went wrong for Sonia Stephanie Kruger at the World Games, and she went from first to almost last. This is Petri Ronkainen, just losing control of
Yeah, just
212 and
got
a
a bit out of
half there.
control.
Our next weight is 250
Yeah, I can certainly understand the logic behind opening without a shirt. I mean, we all know how difficult it is to get a lift on in equipped.
Just knocked off a
I mean, I
240.
myself, I
Bar
open in
is
a shirt.
loaded for Lubomir.
I wouldn't be able to get my shirt on quick enough between.
Absolutely the same. I've usually got 20 minutes complaining that my shirt's not all right and I'm not comfortable and I'm not happy to do before I go out on the
The
platform.
sleeves aren't right. The collar's
it's
wrong.
not
It's not
right,
sitting
yeah.
properly.
Yeah, you've seen me warm up then.
Yep.
This is Lubomir Pidanic, Slovakia. He retook his opener for 240. This is 250.
You know, that was slow, but
I think he was out of shape at the bottom there. He seemed to be just a little bit rotated underneath the bar. But, you know, to be so strong.
and you know what? He set up in time that time as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm very happy to see that was a successful lift, because that was essentially now his third lift.
And I think that's put him out of reach. Mike Loser's put 242.5 on for his second, which is a massive jump from his opener. Maybe he's putting a different shirt on again.
With Mike, you never know.
But meanwhile, this is Barry Antonio, Canada. And look at this. Did he open raw, Barry? He's taken a 50-kilo jump nearly.
I'm not sure. I didn't think he did, but that's a huge jump. If
I
not,
think he's opened in a loose shirt. And he's gone from 227.5 to 272.5, which is...
not able to lock out though.
Usually that wouldn't be in the range of a single shirt to be able to touch with 227.5 and still get 270
Yeah, I
to
mean,
the
I
top.
know for myself. I mean, I've got my current shirt that I'm wearing, and I know the limitation of the weight of that shirt, and I know for 300 plus I need a different shirt. There's no way the current shirt I've got will be doing that.
Grzegorz Nocek, Poland. Been coaching all week.
These guys have all been so busy, haven't they? All the athletes have been coaching and lifting. It's incredible.
You see that a lot in the Masters categories though. The Masters will referee a session, nip on, do a quick bit on the platform, then they'll coach the one after. Open with 270. He is leading the way by some distance in the Masters 2 category. 280 on the bar.
That was a good
And he'll be
looking
happy he
bench
got
press
that one on.
for Grzegorz Nocek.
That is moving really quickly. I mean, you're right. Pidanic has not got a lot of time to rest.
It's going fast.
7.5 kilos will be our weight. Bar is loaded for Andy. He will attempt to go from fourth into the bronze medal with this
And
lift.
here's a cheeky attempt from Andy Cudd to sneak onto the podium in his very first world bench.
Wouldn't that be a fantastic result?
Wouldn't it just? He made short work of 185 on his second. But 207.5, that's a big jump. Now, has he put a different shirt on?
That's an interesting point, though, that you make about the shirt and the potential for what you can lift. The 50-kilo jump was a very good example.
I think it's the same shirt. Didn't quite
that
give him
was
enough to
such
get
a
it
big
to the
effort.
top.
Just needed a little bit more, didn't he?
Weight 210
But he lost
kilos.
nothing. He finishes
Yep.
in 4th place. It was worth a crack at that. And he's felt that weight in his hands now.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Once you feel what a
Bar is
weight's
loaded
like,
and ready for Akihisa
it changes
Takamura.
everything the next time you lift it.
He will attempt to go from 4th to the bronze medal in the
Akihisa
Masters
Takamura, Japan. Missed 210 last time. He's in the Masters 2. So he's looking to go past Ronkainen with 210.
He missed this on his second. I cannot recall. I just don't think he locked it out on his second, did he? Just couldn't get it there.
No, you're right. He didn't get it to the top.
So let's hope they've made a few little shirt adjustments. There is so much you can do out the back with a shirt. That was
No.
better. I'm not 100% sure from this angle.
No, the lockout was poor, unfortunately. So a front view of that would show us his
Bar
lockout.
is loaded with
It's not easy to tell when you're looking through the rack at the elbows, but it did look a bit soft.
Missed this on his
Yeah,
second.
that
that
left
left one
arm.
never really locked out, did it?
Coach has gone to the jury and they're just explaining to her what the issue is. Meanwhile, we have Petri Ronkainen safe from attack from behind now.
Yeah, he's safe in the bronze medal position.
He's repeating the 212.5 he missed last time.
Got a re-rack there. I'm not entirely sure why.
Was
Whether
it,
it was his
did the
decision.
ref call it or?
It may have been his decision to re-rack it.
Just a bit too much.
That is
But
a
he'll take the
no
bronze medal home.
next
Yeah, and look, and if you're out there on the platform for competition and you get a handout and you're not comfortable with where they've given you the bar,
Bar is
don't be
loaded.
afraid to put it back in the rack.
He will attempt to
Absolutely,
move
especially
the
if you're at
bronze
max
to the
weight,
silver
as
medal.
much as
Yeah.
you're right up against what your body's physically capable of. You don't want to be taking that in the wrong way. Thomas Carell, Germany, 225 to take the silver medal from Mike Loza. $225
that
kilos.
touch is a tough one. He gets it there. He didn't really find his spot though.
No, he
The
didn't.
strength he just showed then to push that off his chest without any real pop from the shirt. That was fantastic.
Now we have an attempt change. I suspect it's Mike Loza.
Jonathan Loza will
He had
be our
250
next
on for his third. That looks like it was a placeholder.
His weight, 250
And we're just waiting to
kilos.
see what that attempt will be.
Oh, he had 242 and a half on there. Has he
Oh, he's gone
up
up.
to 250, has he?
You're right, he's gone up.
To the gold medal.
Excuse me, I was waiting for the attempt
Yeah,
to come
so
down, but
that will put him into the gold medal position. So that's an extra 30 kilos. 40 kilos, sorry. That's a huge jump.
well, you can see he's got the collar really well pulled down now.
I'm pretty sure I said the coach, this will go down a lot easier.
I think
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will. Another 40 kilos on the bar. No, he got his line
he's
wrong.
so strong though. He was so close to getting that.
He's got this strength, I'm sure, but being strong enough isn't enough in quick benching. You have to get it exactly right.
Yeah, look, and you look at that shirt around his sleeve, around his arm there. It's not that tight.
It is pulled down a long way, though. Nevertheless, Mike Loza takes the silver medal, and I'd love to see him have another crack at that 250. He wasn't far off at all.
He was very close on it.
And here's Lubomir Pidanic, Slovakia, for his fourth bench of the competition. Not often you can say that.
I think Pedanic will be breathing a sigh of relief after watching Loza. I'm sure he was watching there in the corner.
So now his gold medal is safe. He's gone up a massive 267.5. Now his 250 wasn't that easy.
Yeah, that was just
Too much.
Hey, let's hear it for the SPD spotter and loader.
got offline, got out of control.
Great catch, guys. Our next weight, 280 kilos. Bar is loaded for Barry Antonio. He currently sits in the
Two
silver
lifts remain
medal
in this
spot.
session, and the
He's
first man out
attempting
is
to
Barry
move to the
Antonio
gold
for 280 to take
ahead of
first
Gregor
place from
Nocek.
Nocek.
These are huge, huge lifts. Just can't lock it out.
That was really odd because it seemed to come off his chest really slowly and then pick up speed, which is not the usual way
Please load
around.
the bar to 300 kilos. Our final
Yeah, it was
attempt
very slow right off the chest,
session.
then accelerate. That's a
Bar is
very
loaded for
odd
Gregor's
press
Nocek.
in a shirt.
So here's Grzegorz Nocek from Poland. He is safe in his gold medal position. He's going to have a crack at 300
It's
kilos.
just massive, isn't it?
He is an M2 lifter, not long been in the M2s, came up into the class last year. 93 kilo body weight, 300 kilos on the bar.
Even just holding this weight is incredibly taxing.
Think of all the people you know who can deadlift 300 kilos, and then imagine that on a bar over your face.
That was a very quick 300. Did you get it?
So close, let's
I
hear
can't
it.
tell from that top angle
Yeah.
quite what happened, but maybe we'll get a replay from the front.
Sit tight, we will be right back with the awards, I promise.
Just never really
A
got
bit
there,
of
did it?
lateral shift there at the top.
But it moved really
It
fast.
really, yeah, that was so impressive. So, Lubomir Pidanic from Slovakia takes the M1 world title with 250 kilos, ahead of Mike Loza from the USA on 210. Thomas Karel, Germany, takes the bronze on 207.5. And in the M2s, it's Grzegorz Nocek, Poland, with 280 and very close to 300. And in silver medal position, Barry Antonio, Canada, with 227.5. Petri Ronkainen takes the bronze. We have the medal ceremony coming up next. I hope you'll stick around for that. And then we'll move into the women's masters category before going on to the juniors and sub-juniors, and we will have the open in prime time later tonight. And that one will be on CBS. Join us then.
lifting. Presenting the awards, IPF President Gaston Farage and Mr. Alain Hamad. We begin with the 93 kilo Masters 4 category. Our bronze medalist with a lift of 100 kilos from the United States, Bill Clayton. Our silver medalist with a lift of 170 kilos from Japan, Osamu Ijima. And our gold medalist with a lift of 213.5 kilos. I was told that he actually broke 3, not 2 world records. From Poland, your gold medalist, Stanislav Mentel. And I ask that you please rise, remove your caps for the playing of the Polish national anthem. Congratulations, gentlemen. Nice job. We move on to the 93 kilo Masters 4 age division. Our bronze medalist with a lift of 175 kilos from Sweden, Lars Hoglunda. Our silver medalist with a lift of 180 kilos from the Czech Republic, Miroslav Paquette. And our gold medalist with a lift of 192.5 kilos from the United States, Tom Sensich. I would ask that you all rise. Please remove your caps for the playing of the United States national anthem. We move to the 93 kilo Masters 2 category. Our bronze medalist with a lift of 202.5 kilos from Finland, Petri Ronkainen. Our silver medalist with a lift of 227.5 from Canada, Barry Antonio. And our gold medalist with a lift of 280 kilos from Poland, Grzegorz Milchek. I ask once again that you all rise. Please remove your caps for the playing of the Polish national anthem. Very well done, gentlemen. Our next class, the 93 kilo Masters 1 division. Our bronze medalist with a lift of 207.5 kilos from Germany, Thomas Carell. Our silver medalist with a lift of 210 kilos from the United States, Jonathan Losa. And our gold medalist with a lift of 250 kilos from Slovakia, Lubomir Pedanik. I ask that you please rise, remove your caps for the playing of the Slovakian national anthem. Congratulations, gentlemen. Very well done. All right, Mr. Karaman will lead them out. Let's give him a nice round of applause one final time. Here are your Masters lifters in the 93 class.